Bringing virtual worlds to life, the evolution of video game NPCs in the 2010s. In video games, non-player characters, NPCs, serve a crucial role in enriching game worlds and driving compelling narratives. Over the past decade, NPC design has seen major leaps forward through technical innovations, increasingly sophisticated artificial intelligence, and a greater emphasis on complex backstories and relationships. This paper will analyze some of the most significant NPC innovations in video games released between 2010 to 2019 and discuss how these advancements deepened immersion and engagement for players. The 2010s was a landmark decade for evolving the complexity and integrity of video game NPCs beyond their traditional focused functionality as quest givers, combatants, or vendors. Developers found new ways to make NPCs more central parts of the player experience, not just through technical feats, but also emotional connections. Groundbreaking games incorporated dynamic systems to give NPCs more lifelike behaviors, interactions, and daily routines. Conversation trees became more elaborate, with greater branching based on player choices rather than predefined outcomes. NPCs transcended simplistic moral alignments and motivations to exhibit more realistic psychology and ideologies. This paper will spotlight breakthrough NPC design in seminal open-world, action/adventure, narrative, and augmented reality titles of the 2010s. Analysis will focus on innovations such as radiant AI systems, morality/relationship systems tied to player choice, companion characters, and NPC incorporation in our gameplay. The transformational impact of these advancements fundamentally deepened the level of world-building, storytelling, and immersion within games, leading to new benchmarks for the realism and complexity of virtual characters. When NPCs move beyond static quest dispensers to fully realized beings, the lines between games and reality begin to blur. Game-changing NPCs across genres. The 2010s saw monumental leaps in NPC design and integration across a wide span of gaming genres and franchises. These innovations appeared in sprawling open worlds, emotionally resonant narratives, and all-new augmented reality experiences. In action/adventure titles like The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, 2011, and God of War, 2018, more advanced AI and backstories for NPCs made interactions feel dynamic and consequential. Skyrim introduced the groundbreaking Radiant AI system that allowed NPCs to set their own schedules, engage with environmental objects, and have expanded dialogue trees. In God of War, figures like the witch Freya and god Balder drove complex story arcs that emphasized themes of family and redemption. Recent open-world games stand out for making NPCs integral pieces of a living habitat. Red Dead Redemption 2, 2018, attained new heights for detail in NPC behaviors. Characters would respond uniquely based on Arthur Morgan's reputation, past deeds, and appearance. The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, 2015, also lived up to its name with a swirling cast of peasants, merchants, rulers and witches that embodied the game's moral ambiguity. Story-centric genres pushed NPC complexity even further through elaborate personal backstories and player-driven consequences. Undertale, 2015, took advantage of how player choices impact NPC story arcs and change endings dramatically. Disco Elysium, 2019, was lauded for highly elaborate NPC worldviews that dove deep into political and philosophical spectrums. As augmented and virtual reality gaming gained traction, developers found new ways to anchor NPCs while keeping experiences centered on the real world. Titles like Pokémon Go, 2016, Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, 2019, and Minecraft Earth, 2019, used key characters as guides or objective givers while focusing less on narrative. Analysis of major innovations and trends. Behind the standout NPC experiences in modern video games lie impactful technical breakthroughs in AI, intricate new systems for choice and consequence, and structural innovations that make NPCs more integral teammates. Sophisticated artificial intelligence enabled more dynamic behaviors and interactions between the player and NPCs. The Radiant AI system introduced in Skyrim gave NPCs scheduling capabilities based on the game world's conditions, established needs for sleep, food, etc., and expanded conversation possibilities. This systemic approach made characters react uniquely to players. Games also leveraged AI to make NPC relationships deeper and reactive to player choices throughout the story. Choice-driven morality systems empowered players to shape NPC narratives and access radically different endings based on actions taken. Undertale serves as a prime example where violence against enemies or befriending them leads to divergent story paths. NPC viability, backstories and motivations become tied to player decisions rather than following predefined scripts. Other games made select NPCs more active participants in gameplay and central drivers of the narrative. God of War's shift to over-the-shoulder, single-player gameplay meant Atreus joined Kratos throughout the journey as an AI-driven companion during exploration, puzzles and combat. Atreus' presence is constant, as is his importance to the father-son story. Augmented reality titles took early steps in pioneering location-based NPC design untethered from pre-built game worlds. While current NPC implementation focuses on practical assistance and guiding roles, the foundations have been laid for more immersive real-world storytelling and chance NPC encounters based on movement or geography. Ambitious development studios continue to push the boundaries. Conclusion? The rapid evolution of video game NPC design over the past decade has ushered in unprecedented levels of depth and integrity to game worlds, delivering more dynamic social ecosystems and emotionally resonating narratives. Titles across high-profile franchises and genres have contributed momentum to these advances. Open-world juggernauts like Red Dead Redemption 2 and The Witcher 3 demonstrated the rewards of populated environments and stand-alone complex characters that don't purely revolve around the player. Narrative-focused indie games such as Undertale and Disco Elysium proved NPCs could drive philosophical explorations and touch on profound themes. The flexibility of Radiant AI systems granted NPCs more lifelike routines within Bethesda's rich sandboxes. God of War and other cinematic action/adventure games further humanized NPC motivations and relationships. While innovations often first appear in massive big-budget productions, the tools and design principles established inevitably diffuse to more affordable projects. The stage is set for more personalized stories, increased use of moral consequence systems, recruits or companions integral to the action, and exploring frontiers like cloud-supported AI and AR's potential. As video games continue maturing into an unparalleled storytelling medium, the depth and complexity of NPC writing, design, and coding will become even more pivotal. What players ultimately remember and connect with are the characters.